Bay.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 40, NASDAQ up 33, S&P's up 4.5, gold contract down $15.60, $18.58 an ounce. We have silver down 48 cents, $23.95 an ounce. Light sweet crude flat, $41.53 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year up 5 ticks, trading 138.11. The 30-year up 24 ticks at 173.09. And that 30-year, folks, is trying to get back inside this higher range. Missed it by a tick yesterday. I think that thing's warming up. King dollar up 262 ticks, trading 92.578. The euro is out here at 118. The yen is at 103.96, and the British pound is at 132 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
We got a lot going on. Another exciting day in the markets, I imagine, man. Mixed market today, right? But we'll see. We're 37 minutes into the day, and already we have spike lower, spike higher. NASDAQ positive of all. And,
listen, there's no doubt. I think we're maybe starting this Thanksgiving trade, man. It's going to be probably kind of wild. I got a feeling we might have a sideways move out here. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Outstanding show, Kevin and his team. You want to understand the option market, option strategies, futures, great program. If you haven't test-driven yet, the Thinkorswim platform, so easy to do. Great, very easy program, folks, and yet very sophisticated. So you can put a lot of trades together, analyze them before you even hit that button. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. Yeah, you guys, I think you guys touched on it pretty well, which means, last Monday we spiked higher, kind of consolidated lower for the rest of the week. This Monday we spiked higher, have been consolidating lower. So I think we're starting to get into that mode pretty close to Thanksgiving where things are starting to trend off a little bit. I said this morning talking to Oliver Rennick, my mentor taught me, Charlie Cox,
yes,
to, make sure you're not leaping when you should be looking.
Yeah.
And not looking when you should be leaping.
Right.
And right now, maybe a time to be very patient with this market because it's digesting a lot of different stimuli that are affecting it. So, it's really fun to watch this play out, guys.
It's amazing, Kevin, what you're saying, because picture, folks, we all have different knacks that we do or whatever. I'm getting out of bed this morning and I'm saying to myself, okay, man, don't get real aggressive here this morning.
Yes.
And it was just funny. And so I got up even earlier just so I could look at the market and I could get, cup of coffee, and I said, okay, man. And it's just funny because it's a little early. Like normally, right, Friday, Monday, I know the Thanksgiving week, man, it should be flat. I mean, going sideways.
Right.
But it just cracked me up. I says, oh, man, this is and that's cool. That's what happens, folks. But it's important because, trade is like volatility, man.
Right. Tom, you just had some identifying and understanding where we are on the calendar is so important because the week of Thanksgiving isn't as busy as other weeks.
Right.
And we're now late in the week before the week, right? So you should be looking forward into the future as a trader, setting up what you have for next week.
No doubt.
Maybe if you're selling options, right, rolling options into next week.
Yes.
Tighten them up a little bit because you may not get the big moves. Just things like that. Understanding where you are on the calendar is vital.
No, I think it's huge. And you've taught us so much about that, Kevin. And what's cool about this, folks, is that if you start to understand that, it's hard to back off the market, okay? When we're in the market, we're in the market. It's hard to back off. But it's really cool that even if you play lighter, then your head gets a break for a couple days too, right? I mean, then It's like, okay, man, you come back and you're firing it up, and it's because there's so many different parts of it. Really,
I think it's nice to, what you're saying, Tom, is you get a fresh look of everything, so it's kind of a reevaluation, as opposed to every day saying, yesterday was this, that. You kind of clear the slate, clear mentality, and you come looking at everything fresh. That's how I...
My head goes one way. What's Apple doing? What's Microsoft doing? Okay, I'm going long or short the NDX.
Yeah. And, a trader not trading is like a really nice boat parked in the harbor.
Yeah.
It looks good and it's fine and everything's calm, but it's not what it's meant to be. Right. It's not meant to be sitting there. And traders like to keep moving, even if it's bullish, bearish, neutral.
Oh, yeah.
Traders like to keep moving.
Right. Hey, so what do you think about Macy's, right? Bottom line is that there might be life after death here, man.
Well, we've always said about Macy's that they have cash.
Yeah.
Macy's is shrinking their business and figuring out how to grow e-commerce and do all the things. But one thing Macy's has that other retailers may not have, they have cash. They have a real estate portfolio that gives them a lot of leeway, all right, a lot of leverage. So they can play the long game here. Now, and it's been horrible what's happened, right?
Yeah.
I mean, their stock has just been pummeled. But long term, this may be a stock that, lasts and makes it through to the other side.
And what's intriguing about it is that, some of those, what would you call it, in the malls, and they get the side ones, and those are the ones that they actually have some ownership in. Those could turn into big warehouses, so it's intriguing. Like, okay, because what happens, folks, is that when you made it this far, and we know the retail business is a rough business, well, their name is great. Their name hasn't got destroyed.
Right.
That
is iconic. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Much like Neiman Marcus.
Exactly.
And a lot of these stores. Look at L Brands this morning, Tom. Yeah. L Brands was left for dead when they had Victoria's Secret problems, and that's not up. It's up 15.5% this morning. Amazing.
I know, and what's intriguing about that one too. It's almost sometimes I say to myself, man, like Victoria's Secret's like almost like a Coca-Cola. I mean, really, do you know what I mean? Yep. That's maybe a little exaggeration, but it's not going away. I mean, it's
an iconic brand.
Yeah, it really is. It really is pretty well.
I mean, Tom, in the middle of the pandemic, that stock got down to $8.
I know.
Yeah. They had sold off Victoria's Secret, right? That deal looked like it was going to fall apart at $8. Yep. Now you're at $40. It's remarkable, man, for sure.
Amazing.
And the price spread on what they sell is astronomical. I mean, that stuff costs like pennies, and they're selling it for $5 and $3, and I mean, and $30. I mean,
It's good to have it.
Yeah.
It's good to have a nice brand, I was going to say, where you get to charge a little bit of a premium
isn't it?
For that brand.
Exactly right. Victoria's Secret and Pink involved with, which
totally.
is a spin-off brand of Victoria's Secret. Those are good, solid brands that aren't going anywhere.
away.
So what are we going to be talking about today, Kevin?
Well, today we're going to do Workday, which has earnings after the bell today, and then Foot Locker, and then Intuit.
Nice.
3 good, solid names. One of them, Foot Locker, that's retail brick and mortar. As Nike moves to more direct to consumer, how does that affect Foot Locker stock?
No, totally.
Nice.
Listen, you have a great one, safe one, Kevin. We look forward to the show in 45 minutes. And what day? Oh, today's Thursday. We're not going to talk to you till next week, man. You have a great weekend.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on, as always.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Kevin.
Stay right there. Folks, Tommy and I are coming right back. We're going to be coming back with Rob McEwen, the president and CEO of McEwen Mining. Come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 25, Nasdaq's down 4, S&Ps are off 8.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Rob McEwen. Rob, folks, is the chairman and chief owner of McEwen Mining. McEwen Mining trades on the NYSE under the symbol MUX. Rob McEwen, welcome back to TFNN.
Thank you, Tom. Great to be here.
And great to see you, man. So, tell us what's been going on with McEwen Mining. McEwen Mining, folks, does business in North and South America, folks.
We've been pushing on our profit margins. Last year was very difficult for us, and so far this year we diverged from the industry in terms of share performance. So right now we're in the process of turning that around and trying to catch up to where we lost the ground.
And is there a certain mine, Rob, that you feel that you lost some ground in, or is it just an overall aspect?
There were a number of events that were non-recurring last year. There was a fire, there was a flood.
Yes.
There was some excess taxation in Argentina.
Okay.
And all of those are behind us.
And how has COVID affected the production?
It's had a big impact.
Yeah.
We went out in the second quarter and we shut down all of our operations out of concern for our employees' health and their family and community's health.
Sure.
They've started up. Some of them are still not operating at peak performance, such as Argentina, where you only have about 60% of the workforce due to travel restrictions within the country.
Right.
So, yeah, our revenue took a hit, but the expenses were still there, so we weren't showing as well in the second or third quarter. Fourth quarter feels better.
Nice. And, let me ask you, the metals business in general, where do you think the metals business in general is right now?
I think it's in a good spot. The metals come into play, the precious metals, gold and that come into play when there's uncertainty.
Right.
And I think everyone would agree there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now.
Isn't it amazing that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, COVID and
Sure.
We've seen an enormous expansion of the money supply. debt levels, 25% of the global debt is now with a negative yield. That has big ramifications going forward for a lot of situations that rely on interest income to deliver on their plans, like life insurance and pension plans.
Yeah, it's a big number. So let me ask you something. When we look back, right, and, we've been, I think the first time I interviewed was like 2002 when you had Goldcorp at the show. I think that's what it is, 2003 or 4. And, then we had the downdraft financial crisis in 2007, 2008. And, folks like us who always think, okay, inflation's going to creep in. It never crept in. Now we get $6 trillion just in the United States coming in. And so what's intriguing to me is that this time it seems like, okay, the last time the banks got the money, this time everyone got the money. So going forward, I mean, it's pretty amazing when we look at the price of gold at 1860 and the dollar is just hanging on. I mean, it looks to me like this dollar wants to break this 90. We'll see how that goes. But so what do you think about, do you think inflation will creep in here, or do you think it's already crept in? Or where are you at with something like that?
It's crept into a number of areas, Tom. I mean, you look at insurance rates, they seem to have gone up in many areas.
They have. Huge in Florida. Yeah.
Food prices.
Yep.
Moving. And you're starting to see the commodity prices moving up, not only food, but building materials are in short supply. Metal prices have moved up quite smartly. And that's all reflecting the larger amounts of money in the system.
Yes.
And shortages that are starting to be recognized as a result of COVID disrupting a lot.
Now, what type of price do you need gold to be in order for McEwen Mining to continue to basically make money?
Oh, we can do it at these prices.
Okay.
Higher prices makes it obviously even better.
Right. And on silver, is silver getting there? Where is the, if we look at the ratio between gold and silver at $25, is that good for the metal companies in general?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I mean, the ratio is still quite high relative to gold.
Yes.
But we're going to have to see a better gold price to cause silver to go higher.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Compression of that exchange ratio. What
have you seen in the industry in general, meaning the other folks that have gold companies, the larger producers? Are you seeing that they're sniffing around now, looking for some action? Where do you see that laying out, let's say in the next couple of years?
We've seen an increasing amount of M&A going on, and in the last 6 months, we've seen exploration stories really start to move.
Yes.
A few of them. I think a lot are still overlooked, and they're turnaround situations people should be looking at. But I'd say we're early stage right now.
Yeah, no, it's going to get intriguing watching how this plays out, because it's hard to get the fundamental aspect in your head. I mean, fundamentally, I can look at this and say, okay, we should be a lot higher. And I'm not saying that because I like gold. It's just that the ratio. I mean, $6 trillion just in the United States. I mean, hey, there's no free lunch. We know that, right? But the fact of the matter is that it seems that until this dollar breaks down, which I think it's going to be close to, it is what it is, And so when I look at something like Bitcoin, I say, what is the investors out of their mind? Bitcoin's at $18,000 this morning, and let me ask you this. When you hear that, we hear these stories like Bitcoin's better than gold, what do you think about that?
People, the one thing that Bitcoin offers is you're able to move it quickly across borders.
Okay, yeah.
It's hard to pick up gold and move it.
Yeah.
Whether or not there's any substance behind Bitcoin is the bigger question.
Yes, right. So, looking at your company, and folks, Rob has over a 20% position inside the company. Investors, basically looking at MUX today, what would you say to them to say that, okay, listen, this is a great stock going forward. Why should I buy it?
I'd look at the price. We've gotten beaten up. Our performance has gone in the opposite direction to the industry as a result of the problems we experienced last year and part of this year. Those seem to be behind us, and if we were to catch up to where we were historically, That's a big move without gold moving any.
Yes, right. And, you know, folks, I've followed Rob and his companies for a long period of time, and realistically, Rob, if it only got flat, you get higher. I mean, you've always got kind of a premium. That's because you've been very successful and you've made people an awful lot of money, you know. So really interesting. It's going to be an interesting couple of years. There's no doubt, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, you have a great one, a safe one. We really appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to having you again, Rob.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you. Health and happiness, man. Okay. Thanks. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. That's Rob McEwen. He is the chairman and chief owner of McEwen Mining. It trades on the NYSE MUX. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down to 133. You got the NASDAQ up 33. S&Ps are off 11. Gold's down 13.90. Silver 45 cents. And King Dollar. And King Dollar got a bounce out here, folks. King Dollar saved itself this morning, Tom.
Yeah, quite the action. I know, right?
No doubt. Now it's going to be interesting here with King Dollar, folks. Okay, we got down low yesterday, small bar, so there wasn't a lot of price spread. There's not a lot of price spread today either, and we'll see whether this baby can hold. But I think this thing is setting up to basically bust out those lows. So we'll see how that whole baby is shaking out, no doubt. Hey,
go ahead. Can we jump to natural gas?
Yes,
because we got inventories at 10:30. They're talking about it, but man, the move that we had prior to inventories, natural gas. We started November off at about $3.40. We're almost down $1. You're at $2.54, man, and you're dropping even in the last 5 minutes. That we got from about 259. We're trading at 254 right now on the numbers. And I'm jumping over to your screen. What do we got? 31.
31.
Now, that's a big miss because they were expecting 20, and natural gas does not deviate as much as crude usually does for the misses.
And what's happening here is that we are kicking into the fall and winter. That doesn't supposed to be happening. It's supposed to be the other way around, folks. There's supposed to be drawdowns here. Wow, look at this. This is going to be an ABC down. Let me look at this for a second. Hold on.
I mean, we're down 20 cents since midnight. Which is
this is
mammoth move. Look at that bar, yeah.
This is busting a B. We'll see whether they get the volume. That B had big volume. Let's see that. It's 189,000 contracts. You can do it. You're at 65. So if that's what you got, it would be like That's 308 to 264. So you what? That's 36 plus 8. 42. That's going to bring you down somewhere about 236. You're 258 right now. This is quite, man, this is a one-way move. Holy cow.
That's what I said, man. This move for the first 20 days of November is
it's an $8,000 move, folks.
Staggering. Yeah.
No wonder why they call this the Widowmaker, man.
Oh,
I mean, there's no doubt.
Both directions, seriously.
Yeah. It's $10,000 a point, folks. And they're going to have to raise that.
Speculator, I'd say so.
Because when I used to trade natural gas, you'd have to put up $10,000 a contract.
Well, I just told you we just traded 20 cents since midnight. Okay, so that's $2,000.
Right.
That got sucked out since midnight, and you're talking about only 3,100 for a hedger. Well, they don't want
I want to,
There you go.
Yeah, and I want to go over to I'm going to skip gears for a second. I want to go over to sugar for a second. I heard Larry talking about sugar this morning. I got to see this sugar contract. So you're at 15.35. This has been a one-way move. SB1. So let me put this on a generic chart for a second. Pull this up. No, let's really.
Are we eating our sugar during lockdowns or something?
Evidently,
I guess so.
And this is very unusual, man. Sugar, sugar's if this is a good trading vehicle, folks. It's a very clean trading vehicle. Yeah. So the high is at 15.90, but I'd really be careful, man. I wouldn't be shotting it up at that high. This thing looks to me like it's going to bust, man. And because you see, there's nothing from 1855 all when this broke down. This could go to 1855 in a heartbeat, and then you want to have shot something. Yeah, I think I wouldn't. This is we'll see where it goes, but it's coming up there, and I think it's coming up there too fast and furious, man. So last night, NVIDIA come out with some bread, coming out with some numbers.
And they had some bread. They're actually a little bit lower, right? But
for a $500 stock, it's like really sideways.
Strong numbers, man.
Yeah.
How about sales up 57%?
That's amazing.
I mean, this is almost the same story. I went over it a little bit in my program, right? Talking about these companies, man. You put NVIDIA on a daily chart, you better crush it out of. Whoops, I'm still in natural gas here. You just went from a price tag of 180 to 530. Even pre-COVID, you were at 300, and you started the year at 232. right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you better have some bang-out numbers, and they do, and I see it up in yours, man. Look at that revenue that they're going to take in next year, 16.3. Well, I guess that's this year, technically, right?
Yes.
$16.3 billion, up from $11 billion practically in 2020.
Right.
But it's factored in. When you get this stock up, 200% for the year almost. But strong numbers, up 57%. Earnings, 291 versus 257, and revenue 4.7-ish to 4.4. But yeah, kind of a story of, Walmart, Target, as in great numbers. Target's really accelerating, but Walmart, great numbers. Home Depot, great numbers, right? But they've accelerated so high. Still holding up well. I mean, what I found interesting, just jumping around completely, but earnings, Walmart and Target, even today, accelerating on the open. Looks like, they're up. Walmart's up 1.6% today, man. The S&Ps are down 10 points, right? So this is kind of the same deal. Good earnings, okay? The market doesn't feel comfortable letting these companies go too low.
Yeah.
But in Target, spiking from 168 to 172. There's still some buyers there, just not going to trade dramatically higher, man. It's factored in. It was almost priced to perfection. The risk reward versus can it pop upwards? Can it pop downwards? Well, it already popped upwards. So,
and you know it's amazing, folks, okay? When you look at these numbers, we have some incredible companies in the United States. I mean, it's just like...
It defies... If we weren't in the market, not to cut you off, if we weren't in the market, it wouldn't make sense. Like, what do you mean they're going to take in $21 billion? I mean, Amazon's numbers, Alibaba's numbers, right? They did $50 billion in like 30 minutes, whatever it is. These companies... Yeah.
Totally, yeah. And I think Tesla's overtaken its highs, or it's going after them right now. Yeah, it is. Well, listen, every fund that basically mimics the S&P has to buy Tesla.
507. 507, all-time high. There you go today.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it was $11 trillion or somehow benchmarked to the S&P 500 that now have to have a company like Tesla. And you're dealing with... What is, I'm pulling it up right now, their market cap, $476 billion. What did I say? I think when we were at earlier in the week, I said that is the combined market cap of the smallest 60 companies combined. So if money managers have to get the allocation correctly, right, and they have to allocate $11 trillion,
that's
right. I mean, you got to take away almost the bottom 60 companies to sell. They're not going to do that, but you see the type of selling that has to take place to allocate a $500 billion company like Tesla popping up.
There's no doubt. And you'd be amazed, folks, how many. So in the financial business, you got the SPY, you got the VOO, and folks, let me bring this up quick if you can see this, because I was talking with Bestfit about this yesterday, Tom, right?
Sure.
Yes. If you have someone that want to start to invest, folks, okay? The SPY, I mean, you could just tell them, put $100 in it, young kids, whatever, and forget it, right? But it's going to be the VOO, because the SPY, okay, has a fee structure of 0.9%. Well, the VOO, which is the same thing, has 0.3%.
Okay, let's look at it after the break, because this is a great discussion.
That's right. We'll come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are trading down 61. We get the Nasdaq up 57. S&Ps are down 2.5. So let's go take a look at these fee structures. So we're going to the SPY first. So the SPY has a fee structure of 0.095.
Yeah, so that's not 0.9%, right? It's basically 1/10 of 1%.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
it's pretty marginal. It's a big difference from 1% because
Well, let me make sure I
Fidelity Wealth Management is going to charge you 1 or 1.5%, right?
Yeah.
Which
so,
is
okay. Look at this one though. Okay, no, that's awesome.
it.
I'm glad,
This is
I'm
still
glad you're
less.
saying
So
that. Yeah, right.
It's still less, but when you start to get into so minuscule, and there's really nothing to be gained by the SPY versus this. So it's a great point, because where's the fee? Sorry, I lost it on this chart of yours.
The VOO. That means it's 0.030.
And there we go, expense ratio.
So that is 200% less than the SPY, right?
That's right. So man, these they're such small percentages, right, to wrap your head around. So yeah.
But when you compound it, right, for 20 years, guess
what?
I
agree.
Yeah.
Here's the 0.1 is so tiny that it's not going to really hurt a lot of people because even compounding, it takes a lot of while to get even up to 1%, right? Because 1%, then it's 2, then it's 3, then it's 4 versus 0.1. It's 0.1, it's 0.2, it's 0.3, it's 0.4. You haven't even gotten to 0.5% yet, and you're 4 years down the line, right? But smaller percentage, same exact exposure, and you make a great point in general, man. For novice investors, if people know novice investors out there, the only thing that a Fidelity Wealth Management account really is going to help people with is a little diversification and maybe some tax planning towards the end. But you're paying a hefty fee. I've seen the write-ups for people, and you're paying, and for some people who have no idea what you're doing, it can make sense in certain situations because some people don't even know. They don't have people in their lives that can tell them to go buy a SPY or a VOO, right? Those situations.
I'm telling you, I think it's about 90% of the people. It's
that are doing that.
It's the one thing that they don't teach in school. Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh,
sick.
it's a bummer. I know,
Yeah.
and that's why I'd say some people it does make sense to you have no financial literacy at all. You're good in some specter of some job where you have money, not the end of the world. But yeah, if you're young enough that you just want to buy stocks, you don't need bonds, right? You don't need fixed income. You don't need tax planning. You just want money in the market, even if it's in a Roth, IRA or something where you have control. Buy a SPY. I agree. The fee structure, or buy the VOO, as you just said, because you have the S&P 500, you're paying nothing.
And no fees. Here, well, I got to show you something. So the first time I ever paid attention to the marketplace, folks, the Dow was at 802. And watch this. I looked at this. And I remember this so well, Tom, because I was at the Boston Athletic Club. I just got out of the pool because that's when I used to swim a lot, right?
Okay.
And Mike Donovan, right? You remember, Jack's friend, Mike Donovan, the doctor, right? Would always have coffee in the morning. And I remember saying to him, hey, man, you see this Dow Industrials? It's starting to move, man. And that sounds so crazy, folks, because it moved only like from 750 to 800.
Hey.
But it's pretty wild, man.
That's like an 8% pop, right?
No,
Yeah.
And I just remember it so well, like, oh my God. And I got a 50-year chart up right now, looking at it, folks, and you can see, I mean, that was the beginning of the movement.
I hate to tell you this, but the market can go in a lot of places in 40 years.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, well, watch this. I don't
know.
think I can take it back further. This is, unfortunately I can't, and this is the sick part, folks, because I never paid attention to it, but there was a reason not to pay attention to it before that, because from 1966 to 1980, it didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
It's
but
just
it
made
the power.
up all the gains, but for 16 years or 14 years, you wouldn't have made a thing.
To tie it back to the power of compounding, man. If you were ever in the market in the 80 to 2000, right? If you're paying that 1% every single year and then you compound it, well, just by itself, it's 40%. Oh my goodness, right?
Yeah.
And then you're compounding it because they're making money on your money every time it grows, let alone paying nothing. You see the type of that. You would have been around 30 at that point, man. As in that's a normal age where people are making investments.
Right.
And nowadays, you didn't. I mean, can you imagine how much you had to pay in fees in 1980 if you wanted to take money, put it into a retirement account, and have exposure to the S&P 500? Good luck.
So this is really cool. We got to remember this. Okay, so 1985, one of my clients in the frequent flyer business had a big brokerage up in New York, and this is a brand name. I think I was paying like $125 or $150 per trade.
Definitely.
Per trade.
And I wasn't even around as, and I was in kindergarten.
No,
then,
you were
but I know
6 years old or something.
Because it wasn't that far off.
Right.
You were still paying that almost to the mid 90s, man.
Yeah.
When I just started getting into it, that's why I'm like, early 80s. You were probably, if you were lucky, right?
Oh, no doubt.
If you're at like a Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley or some of the big shops, they were charging big time money, man, for transactions, and they were getting a bid offer spread. They had everything, man. They had the whole.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this market, man? We just went positive in the S&Ps. We got the NASDAQ up 63 points.
Yep. And inside, let's go take a look at inside the NDX. Inside the NDX, you got net teas is up 4.8%. Oh, I got it. Pinduoduo.
You got it. Perfect, man.
That's up 4.8%. Moderna is up 4.1%, and Tesla's up 4.1%. Taken away from it, Baidu is down 3.5%. You got Wall Boots Greens. Walgreens Boots down at 2%.
Quite a slide for them this week.
CDW, yep. Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
I heard you talking about in your show yesterday. That's.
Oh, this is I know folks think that that maybe this won't be a game changer. My take is going to be a game changer because of the fact that there's so many that when you break down inside these companies, folks. I remember when CVS bought one of the biggest firms that only sell drugs. You don't even know who they are. It's every 3 months your drugs come to your house and all that. That's how CVS got so big. That is the part of the business that Amazon is going to eat alive. I don't think it's going to be you and me. You get a prescription, you run up the drugstore and get it. Okay, we're going to still do that. But the amount of drugs that get sold and get delivered is huge, and we just have to bring the price down.
I completely agree, and I'll even go one step further, and that technology is moving faster than we all even anticipate in the period of 3 to 5 years, man. I mean, Amazon, it sounds futuristic. It sounds exaggerational. Is that even a word? Like I'm exaggerating. But they're going to have drones. They're already testing them, man. Sure. As in, you might have it where you enter on.
So check this out. This is. Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
No, that's it. They'll get into that market for rapid delivery, probably even quicker than we think in terms of being able to drop it off within the hour, as opposed to having to go wait at the drive-thru at CVS.
This is even better. in a Tigers den, right? One of our Tigers was saying at the Villages in Florida, folks. It's a huge retirement. He says, oh, here, my drone's coming. I saw it in the thing. My drone's coming to drop it off.
There we go.
So they're doing it up there already.
The future is here.
Isn't that wild, man?
It is. I believe it. It's true, man.
And the place is probably totally set up for that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's set up for everything else.
It's perfect, right? Yeah. Small roads, small communities. You can reach a lot of them in the same area.
Yeah. Yeah. Unreal. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Bam! Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials down 53. You got the Nasdaq up 61. S&Ps are down 1. I'm not sure whether you got to open that little blurb I just sent you, Tom, about Bitcoin and the gambling sites, right?
I did. So do you have it up? Because it was really interesting.
I know.
Because I played on that site. I'm familiar with that site. That site's the site that sent me to Dominican Republic or Costa Rica for a poker package. There it is. Okay. So the real interesting thing about this site, it's called the Winning Poker Network. They operate America's Card Room, which is the one that runs the most ads.
Yeah.
Offshore online poker site. The reason why they were were able to stay in business when PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, they got shut down in 2011, is because they process basically, now they're worldwide, but for the U.S., they are able to process deposits and withdrawals via Bitcoin, which the U.S. government is not able to stop. Period. End of story.
Wow.
So what happened was 2011, PokerStars and Full Tilt get shut down by the government.
Yeah.
They are big enough companies that they decide to take the road of just being a public company in Europe, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
And kind of salvage that. This company is a small company. They slip in there and they say, we still feel like it's legal in the world stage. We're going to offer this to U.S. clients, and we're going to do everything in Bitcoin. Now, here's the kicker. So they talk about Bitcoin's in big demand. I'm going to tie this in, though. That was in 2011 that the PokerStars Full Tilt got shut down, okay?
Yep.
Over the next few years, this website in particular, America's Card Room is how I know it. It's a network that has a few different what they call poker skins in the industry. And last part about it is that you had kids in the online poker world that were winning money, getting their withdrawals from the period of 2013, 14, 15, 16 in Bitcoin that became mega millionaires when all of those just shot up because they were forced basically to get into Bitcoin by playing poker.
Wow. And
then it went through the moon, man. So there's some really cool stories out there about that as well.
You gotta love it. Stay right there, folks. Think of Swim coming up next. Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be